everyone. Is this on? I think it's live.
Yeah, it's live.
Okay, let's start it over. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled episode of Fangirlz Assemble. I'm Fariha, and joining me all the way from Kentucky is Kristan. How are you, Kristan?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing excellent. Maddie is currently somewhere in China, and she's having a really good time there, I believe.
Living the fancy life.
Living the fancy life. She's there for work, guys. So it's not a thing. So it's just going to be me and Kristan today. But before we get going, Kristan, where'd you buy all the books that are behind you?
I'd say the majority of them came from InStockTrades.com, where you can get up to 50% off your collected editions. And you know, if you're in the States and you order up to 50% off, guess what? Free shipping, and it's amazing shipping, amazing packaging. They're the best. And you know what? Right now we got a deal, guys. Go to InStockTrades right now. Moonshadow, the definitive edition. It's a hardcover. It's very nice. It's chunky, we learned. 50% off. That's $15.
I cannot believe it. And on top of that, there is currently the Omnibros code that is you can stack on top of that 50% off to get it at 53%. And then that code is Omnidads, I believe, right?
Omnidads, yes.
So for that, you can just go ahead and get that book for 53% off, and you can dump a bunch of other books over there to make it $50, and you can get free shipping. You guys,
it's so the best. Also, that code ends tonight because it is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Oh yeah, that is the thing.
Yeah.
I called my dad today. I was like, "Oh, happy Father's Day!" And my dad was like, "Oh, so you didn't call me the day before yesterday. You didn't call me yesterday. You're calling me today to say Happy Father's Day." It's like, isn't it like 365 days? I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Come to this,
That's
to
good.
Like, commercialization of things. So, but anyway, Happy Father's Day, guys. And
you know what's funny, by the way, because we are sponsored by InStockTrades.com, but I got my Father's Day present for my dad from InStockTrades.com.
Oh, how does this work? Your dad gave you a gift?
No, my dad sent me his wish list from IST.
Oh,
it was like, here are the things I want. And I was like, okay, what am I going to get? So I got him the new Teen Titans Omnibus Volume 1, which is George Perez and Marv Wolfman.
And you get that.
That's excited. I got it for a really great deal on InStockTrades.
I wish like my dad was into comics. He's not into anything. Like,
So what do you get him, ties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he wears those ties until then I gave him the next tie.
My dad doesn't wear ties, and he loves comics, so it's pretty much the best.
Right. But it's like it's one of those things, guys. Come on.
And we gotta say, books coming out next week that you should check out. They update their site on Tuesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. Giant Days trade paperback volume 10. So if you're keeping up with the trades, they're really nice boom trades, so it's a good option. Also, are they ever going to solicit the next hardcover? I'm upset forever. Do you think? I hope they do.
No, they will have to. Come on now.
I hope so.
No, Kristan, you cannot say this.
I don't know. It makes me really sad.
Like, but the thing is, it's ending at issue 54.
I know.
When is the issue 54 comes out?
I don't know. This summer?
Oh, okay.
I'll check. 54.
All right. What else? Oh, Batman Volume 2.
Yeah.
Batman coming out, and it's only going to be if that is on 50% off, it's only going to be $37.50.
That sounds like an amazing deal.
Yeah, I could not believe it. I was like, oh, okay, that's going to be, and it's like the good length. We talked about like before DC omnibuses, they can come out as like giant murder weapon size or regular size. The regular size. So I'm really excited for that. And then what else is out there?
I was trying to figure that out. I don't know.
Wow.
There's another Amazing Spider-Man Epic collection. Those are nice. There's not tons.
I feel like there was one thing that I was.
Was there something else?
I was looking forward to, but I couldn't think about it. Oh no, it comes out. No, it comes out next week. West Coast Avenger Volume 2.
Well, if you guys need more ideas, we're going to talk about a lot tonight that you can buy on InStockTrades.
Yes, so that's true. So what's our topic for today?
You know, we were thinking it's June. 6th month of the year, there are 12 months. That means...
No, I did not know that. Oh my God.
For anyone who doesn't understand math, we're really good at it.
And I'm an engineer.
I mean...
This is troublesome.
So we wanted to do our favorite reads of the year so far. And then we'll look back on this episode later at the end of the year and be like, what changed, if anything? Maybe it won't.
So one thing I wanted to kind of ask you before we get the question, and I didn't say that to you because I wanted it to be like organic. Like we have an organic.
Real reaction. Okay, I'm ready.
Real reaction. So since one thing I've noticed though, looking at my, we love Goodreads over here. We're like, religiously like putting all our shit in Goodreads, and we can call it like, call each other out. We're like, I remember you giving it 3 stars the other day. Why is it 1?
Yeah.
It's a weird bullshit.
Yeah.
What we do. So looking back at my Goodreads, last year, I had significantly more 4 and 5 star than this year. And honestly, I was thinking, I'm like, I just don't have time for bullshit anymore. Like, I'm not very...
Even though it sounds like you had more this year, right?
Yeah, I read way more this year.
Well, but yeah, so you had more bullshit this year, right?
You think?
Well, you said you had more 4 and 5 star last year. So right?
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. I read about the same number through, like, within the 6-month period. If you think about it, like, like this year so far, I've read 200 titles. Last year, I read about 430 titles. So half year point is the same amount that I have read, right? But looking at it, last year I was giving way too many 4 and 5 stars.
Oh, I see. You think you're reviewing differently, not that you're reading lesser quality books.
Right.
Got it.
My review is different. Like, I actually don't have much tolerance for bullshit anymore. Like, last year, I was like, even now, I was going back through some of them. I'm like, why did I give this 4 and 5? I don't even remember what this shit is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have this? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I need to go back, which we're going to do soon, but through the past few years of ratings that I've done. Yeah. Even this year, I was kind of like, what have I given 5 stars? I wanted to focus on that tonight. And then I was kind of like, wait a second. Yeah, there were some things I'm like, that didn't deserve 4 stars. What was I doing with my life? But I think, you read something, you get all caught up in it. So even if, like, unless you're angry, at least for me, I don't typically, like, immediately rate that, like, 1 star or whatever. I don't know. But I get what you're saying.
No, but the thing is that another thing I was actually noticing, I'm like, I gave some books 4 and 5 star. I don't remember much. So do they deserve 4 and 5 star?
Yeah. Well, then when you start comparing it to other things, that makes it even harder because you're like, wait, this was definitely 5 star. How is that also? It's hard.
Right.
Ratings are hard.
Hey, I was thinking about that. And the thing is, like, a lot of people is like, oh my God, is that dialogue, the story. I don't think about it from all of that point of view. I'm more of a holistic kind of person. So it's like, was the story any good? Did it make sense? And did I enjoy it? That's pretty much like the 3 things. Art, unless it's like gross out art, I don't give too much shit about that. I would definitely reward for good art, but I don't take away for mediocre art.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of look at it from that point of view. And I feel like this year I'm just reviewing, like, I have become like merciless.
Well, that's interesting too to even mention the art, because like there's so much that, like, if I don't like the art but I love the story, I'm not gonna take off for that. I don't care. You know?
Same here. Yeah, same here. Like, I'm still not doing that. But the feel like I don't know whether I have read so much. Like, now I'm like, I've seen this done better before. Like, I'm becoming a movie critic, you guys. Like the official professional critics who have read and seen so much, they're like, what the fuck is this? They're not impressed as easily.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm becoming one of those. I'm like, like, so
you could do better.
Yeah, you could do better. Come back with, like, come on now, wasting my time. That bothers me though, because if I read something that is like, remember we were talking about this one book that you're like, nothing happened. Like, like those kind of books so bothers me so much.
Well, then you feel like you wasted your time.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something with a terrible ending. Oh my gosh, I can never get over it. I'm just like, whoa, what did I do with my life?
Oh my god, don't even. Game of Thrones opened my eyes to that. Like,
yeah. I'm
like,
so grateful Buffy had a great ending.
oh, like, you know, you're lucky. You were one of the lucky ones. We not so much.
Yeah.
But anyway, with that going, so we decided that we're gonna do it like we're gonna talk about things we loved, runner-up, or what we are calling entertained. We were entertained, but it wasn't necessarily our most favorite. Then we're gonna talk about, of course, disappointing, which is like, given the creator group that was associated with it, we expected more. Like, do better, you guys. So, those and shit we hated. Like, that's pretty much our different level. So, do you want to start with things we didn't like and get
Ooh.
with?
Yeah, we'll start negative, get positive. I like that.
Yeah, because, you know, we want to end with a positive note.
Now, do we want to go complete? Because I have least favorites and then disappointing.
Let's not waste too much time on those. Let's not give them too much time.
I don't have tons. I really don't. So that's good, I guess. I'll start with least favorites.
Okay, go for it.
So I read a book that you may not even be aware of, but it's called Hap Haven. Some people watching who also watch the Bros may know that Jess recently hauled this. I'm very curious what he's going to think. It is from Lion Forge. The cover's super cool. It has like this girl with like a bat. I don't know. And I was like, I knew nothing about it. I went into it. The concept sounded interesting. I don't know how I got through it. Like, it was like such a disappointing execution for like an interesting idea, which was basically like this girl literally steps on a crack and breaks her mother's back. So it took these like, you know, these what do you call them? Those things that like we say as kids, right? And like made them real. And then she goes into like this crazy universe with like gnomes that come to life and leprechauns, and like I hated it. I would not recommend it. I did not like it.
See, that's the thing. Like, when you talk about the premise, you're like, oh my god, this is so cool. Yeah. That's something I would read.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be great. And then I was like, what is happening?
So what was it that kind of turned you off?
You know, I didn't find the world that she went to like try to fix what she did to her mom, basically try to heal her mom. Interesting at all. I found all the characters to be like it's like the whole thing was trying too hard to be interesting. And so it felt like I was reading something. You know how a good book will take you out of that.
Right.
You know?
Oh, no.
So it felt like a chore like the whole time. I don't know why I went through it. I think I just went through it so I could rate it low. Because I was so mad at it. But then I kind of was like, well, maybe the end will make up for it. No, I still don't like it.
Right. I mean, that's something that you kind of, you hope. We're not evil people, guys.
No, like, I was hoping.
We read through it. We want to give you like the best.
And I wanted to say I gave it a chance. That I wasn't just like, I'm done.
Done.
But now I wish I wouldn't have. Why'd I waste my time, right? Good news. Didn't buy it. It was on Hoopla, so I'm fine.
Oh, thank God.
Although that wasted a credit, and that makes me mad too.
Right?
Now you know that pain, right?
Yeah, I know that pain. Okay. So do you want me to go next, or you want to get over all of yours?
You know what? I only have 3, so I can get through them if you want.
Okay.
My other one of the other ones, Little Girls, which you may recall me talking about. It was published by Image, and again, you know what? Actually, I didn't know much about it, so I can't even say the concept interested me. I was just like, oh, cool. I think I read the blurb, and I was like, Image, okay, this will be good, because, you know, often Image stuff's good. I still don't know how this book got published, and I feel mean saying that, because someone worked hard on it, I guess, but the art was not up to Image par. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't like the art in an Image book, you can be like, I get how you got a job.
Right.
Not this time. I feel so mean.
Bringing the mean into the house tonight.
I want you to read it just so you can hate it.
No, because I saw it the other day on Hoopla, but I don't have no credits because I kind of
don't waste your credit on that either. You don't. I don't think you should waste your credit, but that's up to you guys.
I just go through that, and I was like, just blow through my credits for Hoopla, and then I saw that, I'm like, should I? Because Kristan read it, so I want to read it. And then goes said, Kristan, what are you talking about? It's the best book ever.
And maybe you'll love it. but I would like to know why. And if anyone in the chat's read it, I want to know. Like, what? Oh, guys, it's... And again, it was one of those things, it was a chore to get through. I was so taken out of it, because it wasn't even, like, nice art to look at. It was just like, what is this?
Okay. And then the third one.
The third one was Vampirella.
Oh,
come on! You guys already heard my hot take on that, but
I didn't. It's not even on my radar because I didn't even finish it. Kristan took it for the team because I told.
Girl, I did though. No, but I did, and I regret every second.
Like I said, I am reading it. You read it. And we also read it like, I feel bad though because we read it in like I was very emotional about all the shit that was going on with like, women's rights and everything. And it's like, oh, this lady is scantily clad and she's controlling.
This isn't helping anything.
Yeah, none of that.
Pushing back our movement. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not care for that.
Yeah.
But they were the people that are.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe someone loves it, and that's great, but never again. It really makes me never want to read a Vampirella story ever again in my whole life.
No,
my whole life.
I know.
I don't want to waste my time, guys.
No, and the thing is, like, Maddie did suggest that we read the Card Abusive run.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I did saw that on Hoopla, so I'm like, maybe.
Well, I mean. That's nice to not pay for it, I guess.
Right. So
but my credits, my precious credits.
All right. So shit that I didn't like. So first of all, these are in no particular order, but I'm just gonna say, Black Widow by Devin Grayson. That was like in the Marvel Knights era. And hang on. Why there's like a voice in the ether? It's gone away. All right, sorry. So it's by David Grayson, Marvel Knights era Black Widow. Nothing happens. Like, it's a Black Widow book that nothing happens. And I did not care for that. Then Zatanna by Paul Dini. Once again, nothing happens. Like, I have no idea why I should care about Zatanna. What's up with her? Like, not good. Sparks by, I forgot the name of the writer, but honestly, this one podcast, like podcast or like comic book they said this is like the best comic book you have never read. I read that. I'm like, there's a reason we never read it because this is shit. Mm-hmm. And I subsequently unsubscribed because if you're giving this kind of weird bullshit, you're not gonna get my viewership. I unsubscribed. So guys, it's okay. If you think we're giving you weird bullshit advices, you can go ahead and unsubscribe.
We understand. Yeah.
We understand, But if you love us, subscribe. Then there was Clean Room by Gail Simone. Girl.
I don't think you'll ever get over that one, will you?
I don't think I ever get over that
I understand.
One. Like, I would never get over that one. And since then, I have a very hateful relationship with Gail Simone. I don't want to say hateful. What is it? Like, it's not that. What is the word?
You just hate her. You just...
Guys,
it's sour.
Yes,
the relationship is turned sour. Yeah,
our relationship. I want to talk about it when Maddie's here, so we can discuss this more in details.
And you'll say you hate her.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna say that. What the hell, guys? Like, just what you wish, ma'am. But anyway, then Scarlet by Brad Michael Bendis. Bitch, no. Like, Like, no. You can I am sad that I lost 2 credits for it in Hoopla, like 2, because I booked 2. I borrowed both the titles. I learned my lesson. Now I borrow the first volume 1.
Oh, that's what I do. Yeah, you just, and if you don't like it, you don't have to finish.
But see, that's the thing. Like, I wasn't as smart as you, girl.
But you also go through your credits. I can't do that either.
I know.
I like trickle them down, and then every Wednesday I want to know what's new on Hoopla, and I look, and then I'm like, that deserves a credit. I'm very proper with my credits. And you're just I want these things.
And then I was like, oh guys, this is day 2, and I wasted all my credits. And then the third one was Cyclops. I don't even know who wrote it. Oh, John Layman, who wrote Chew.
Yeah, oh, I like him.
Oh, I liked him too. And then thankfully it was Marvel Unlimited. So it wasn't even like credit. It was like I read the first 5 issues. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't get it. And it was actually like the OG, like, you know, the time displaced Cyclops. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
5 of them got time displaced. It's one of them having some adventures with his father and stuff. I did not connect to them. And for also another thing, I am not a fan of Scott Summers either, no matter which era he's from. He's a little bit too mopey for me. It's like,
I just don't like how he's like, yeah, team, like, whatever. I just roll my eyes every time.
Like, it's like, you know, and then I'm like, shut up, Slim. Like, you know, I'm Team Wolverine, like that way.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does Jean Grey sees in him? Wolverine is what is that? Come on now.
Freddie is asking, by the way, new Scarlet or original? I believe original, right? Is what
Original.
you're
Yeah. The first the first one, I have no intention of reading the original, like the new one, sorry. But yeah, so yeah, those are mine. Like, you know, I'm like, But you know, when I was like going back to and then the last one. Okay, settle down. This is Green Arrow by your boy Jeff Lemire. Like, and here's the thing, I'm gonna say it's not Jeff Lemire's fault. It's whoever gave him the direction. Because this was New 52 Green Arrow, and I don't know what they were trying to do with him, because this is not the Green Arrow I know and love. Get out of here. Like, you know, they tried to make him like, I don't know. Like, they were trying to retcon things. He's like no longer, he's like a young kid, and there's also like his father's involved in this, but it read like his father is actually the Oliver Queen we know, and this is like some baby that is trying to be Oliver Queen. No, none of this bullshit. Get this bullshit out of my comic book, you guys. So yeah, that one was really bad. I did not care for that, but that's okay. It's past. You know, I have recovered. All right, next. So, do you want to talk about the books that we were disappointed by?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, what book what book hurt you?
I don't know about hurt. So the first one we'll talk about didn't really hurt me. I was just very disappointed. I had also purchased it for cheap, but then I traded that back in because I was like, And that is Come Again by Nate Powell. I love Nate Powell's art.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then it was a nice hardcover. No. I can't.
So I see that story, see that book everywhere.
People don't buy it.
It's in recommendation and everywhere. Tell me why you didn't like it.
Actually, buy it, and then we can talk about it.
Oh, I would buy it.
Maybe it's on Hoopla. I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
You know, so one, there's a thing that happens that you're not gonna like, which is cheating.
Okay.
It's a major plot point. I know you're not a fan of that. And I'm not really either, but I was just like, I'll keep going. And then some weird magical things happen. It's been so long, and I didn't like it so much that I can't even tell you the basis of the plot. I remember bits of it, and I was just the whole time like, what is the point of this? And then at the end, I was like, hey, why did I waste my time with this? This was not great for me. So maybe other people loved it. I did not enjoy it. And I gave it back to Second and Charles. I was like, I don't want you anymore. Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
So it was disappointing because I do love Nate Powell's art. But I've read 2 of his own books now that he wrote, and I did not like either one of them. So
he's like more of an artist than a writer, I guess.
I know he does both, and I know some people like that, and that's awesome. I don't so far. I would try again because I do love his art so much. But
what else he have done? I
read Swallow Me Whole by him, which I thought I would be very interested in because it has like mental health things. No.
So
I didn't like it.
Swallow Me Whole is the title of my, autobiography.
What does it even mean?
Swallow me whole because everything is so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So
not a fan of that one. I was disappointed.
Yeah, all right.
It didn't hurt me, but I was disappointed.
Okay.
Another one I recently talked about, Under the Moon, A Catwoman Tale.
Ooh.
I was very interested. I like that, DC is doing this like YA standalone graphic novel thing. That sounded like a thing that I would enjoy. No, you already know. Anyone watching, if you haven't seen it, I think it's the last episode, right? Yeah. I was disappointed in so many ways. One, it needed 107 trigger warnings at the beginning, and there was none. Two, it's just, the story wasn't there. It could have been, and there was so much potential. I think that's why it was also so disappointing. Because the main character and all the side characters and everything that happens could have been so great, and it just wasn't. So that was disappointing.
Yeah, and it's also is not very helpful that it's young adults.
Yeah, it actually kind of makes it worse.
Because
knowing that, like, kids...
you think young adults are gonna understand that this is not good? Like, is it at least written that way? That they're gonna be like, okay, this is not normal, this is not right?
Yeah, I think so. But so much, I mean, they're going to know that, like, bad stuff happens and it's not good. She's in high school, but what got me the most is my library. I don't know what about other libraries. I assume often cataloging and shelving is similar. This was actually in the junior section. So the children's section, graphic novels.
No, but I think that's not their fault. That's
I know.
Advertised.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm like, that makes it actually even worse because it's not even teen demographic. It's below teen. I think I would never give this to a kid. I wouldn't.
I'll be honest though, there are certain characters should not be written for kids. It should not be. Catwoman.
Well, it wasn't though. I mean, it was just, I can see this as a young adult title, but like kids is really stretching. There's just stuff that kids, I guess it depends on the kid, but I would never.
Kristan, I don't know. Kids credit. Kristan, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like Emma Frost, Cat, Selena Kyle, Poison Ivy, Batman. They're not kids' character. Like they're a lot of things. Moon Knight. Those are characters. There's like so much going on. Kids are not capable of understanding that. That's like, that needs to be, you need to have some life experience under you to understand those characters. And
I think it could have been done well. It could have been in its own universe. She's younger. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been done well. It just wasn't. It really wasn't.
All right. So did it disappoint or did it hurt you?
It did both, actually. It's very disappointing. It hurt me just because of what was in it.
Right.
So, this one is particularly disappointing because I own it. So I'm probably going to have to trade this in. And I own it because it's a master's edition. It's a manga. So tune out, Fariha.
We're all bad, you guys.
But it's Vertical, which is a manga publisher that I really like. And I like their quirky, different stuff. I'd heard a lot about this title, so I had to try it out. And it's Knights of Sidonia. It's a nice big book, right? I like the art, actually. And it's a sci-fi kind of like tale. But I'll tell you what. I don't know what it was about it. Maybe I need to read it again. Maybe someone in the chat's read it and they can let me know. But I can't tell you what happened in this whole thing. So why would I continue? I was just like, what am I reading, right?
So is there volume 2 for this?
It's coming out soon.
Oh, maybe volume 2 will explain.
I mean, maybe. It could be. But I'm like, I feel like I should have. I mean, I understood some stuff, but mostly I was like, this is a big nothing burger for me. Like, nothing's happening, right? Like, I ate that up and I was like, what happened, right? Now I'm full and nothing happened.
All right. Okay.
So I don't know what I'm doing with that. And my last disappointing thing is going to be a hot take. It's going to be controversial, which would be Mr. Miracle.
Oh my god, this is very hot take.
But you guys already know I was kind of in the middle about it. I was like, it's fine, whatever. I think if the hype was just so up here, and I could not meet it for reasons we've already talked about. Right. But like, it didn't do it for me, guys.
Ooh, that's a very hot take. I'm sizzling in that hot take. Like, sizzle.
Hey, I haven't read tons of DC. Maybe it's possible that like I should have read something else before. I should have known something.
No, I didn't.
I don't know.
No, I didn't read any of those. This is my first ever time Mr. Miracle and all that. And I love that shit. I ate it up. But anyway. But yeah, if it didn't work for you, it didn't work for you. It's fine.
And I'm glad it worked for you, but I don't know. It just it was disappointing. I didn't hate it.
It was just not.
I liked it fine. But You know.
Question though, what would have you needed to make it get that level?
Well, we talked about the fact that there was no actual diagnosis throughout this whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do.
There were no diagnosis. There were no trigger warnings. I know that's the thing I keep talking about now, but I think that one especially, like we saw his wrist bleeding. Okay, I feel like there should have been something there. You know, and ultimately, there's a lot of answers that weren't solved, and I know a lot of people like that. I don't like that. I never like that. I want to know what's happening. And I think now that we know more about Tom King and how he's not great at mental health things, but, you know, maybe he should have really put more into that, more thought into like actually being like, this is what's happening. This is what he's going through, right? Like this is
I think like, you know, to that in his defense, I think that's his take on it because he has gone through something similar.
Well, but after the Heroes in Crisis discussions, I'm kind of like,
no. I mean, Heroes in Crisis is different because Heroes in Crisis, what he initially talked about and what came out do not match. So that was like, I am putting that as an editorial bullshit on that. I'm pretty sure that's what, you know, in future
okay.
we're gonna hear about that. But the way he put Mr. Miracle, I think that's how he experienced it. Because, you know, I don't think he went undiagnosed and
well, that's fine. I just don't think it's helping anyone.
Yeah,
and it's a fictional thing.
I know.
So
anyway, yeah, guys, go back to our old episode and listen.
Yeah, you can hear all our thoughts.
All right. So my disappointed things or things that really pissed me off. First of all, Supreme Blue Rose by Warren Ellis. You all know I love Warren Ellis, and I have no idea what happened in it or why did I bother. It was 5 issues. I bought it, and then I subsequently sold that book. Or, like, actually not even sold, just gave it away. It was bad. Injustice, Ground Zero, and Ground 2. Injustice 2. I love Injustice by Tom Taylor. Like, I love it, love it, love it. It's like an awesome Elseworld story. In Ground Zero and Injustice 2, it was really bad. The art was bad. The story kind of went nowhere. It felt like he just came back, and it was Tom Taylor. Like, at least for Injustice 2, not for Ground Zero. He came back, and I was thinking that, oh, it's gonna be great, but no, it wasn't. So, yeah, that was really disappointing. Hot take. Well, actually, this is not a hot take. This is an old-timey take. Secret Empire. You know, Marvel Secret Empire, the event. I have, like, you know, I feel like I need to explore a little bit. So I love Captain America. I don't know whether people knew about me, but I really love Captain America. All the setup that went into Secret Empire, it was actually pretty awesome because it actually showed how much influence Captain America has in Marvel Universe and how no one ever suspects him for anything. Like, he's like, oh, we should be doing this. And they're like, oh, yeah, of course. It's Captain America. Like, the fact that he's being infected and the fact that he is becoming evil, that thought didn't even cross anyone's mind. That awesome concept was just, like, pushed aside over 10 issues and made into a nothing burger. Like, not even, like, it wasn't even a burger, guys. It didn't have the top bun. It was just the bottom bun. Didn't even have the filling. Nothing. It was just the bottom bun.
That's terrible.
You know, it was terrible. But it was such a great concept, right? I mean, it's just like, okay, it was a very, like, you know, very conflicting times in Marvel Universe. Like, Iron Man is gone. Thor is weird. Lady Thor is, like, doing her best. Like, Captain Marvel had took over. Like, it was like there was, like, a lot of things that was going on, and then nothing. Like, on top of that, Captain America just being like a slithering snake. But oh wait, that wasn't the Steve, you guys. And I'm like, come on now. That was really bad. That disappointed me because I invested too much time in that. Gotham City Garage, that's also another one. It was an Elseworld story, and it had this awesome concepts of these ladies of DC Universe are all biker gangs. How is that story boring? It was boring. It was boring. And also that kind of like, I don't want to read anything by Colin Kelly and Lansing. You know, they it was by them, and I'm like, they really pissed me off with Joyride, and after that, I'm like, no. It was like, no, nothing happened in it, like nothing. Then Green Arrow Rebirth. This is a hot take because Benjamin Percy's Green Arrow Rebirth is supposed to be great, guys. It's not. I don't know who's calling it great. It's not. Because if it's supposed to be a reboot, it expects you to know everything before. It expects you to know everything. It expects Green Arrow and Black Canary, they get together within issue 3 and they're in love. Why? They just met. They met in issue 1. And then it just continues on. It just like, it's terrible. It's terrible. But he looks hot though. So that's good. Dr. Afra by Gillen.
I should have put that on mine.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. That's a good one.
Right?
Disappointed me too. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Afra, what we read in Darth Vader series, Kristan and I were like, oh my god, it's so awesome. And then her own solo series. I did not know. No. They tried to make her into like Han Solo, which is like, why? You already got Han Solo. Give me my psychopathic lady. Come on. Like, I wanted her to be just pure evil. She wasn't.
It was like the writer changed, but it didn't. So it's like, it didn't all. So it's like, wait, what? This is not the same character.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, that's the same writer. And that was terrible. Then Baltimore by Mike Mignola, however you say it. A great story ruined by its terrible ending. Just like Game of Thrones. Disappointing, guys. It was disappointing. And then New World by Alice Scott. Kristan, as soon as I read it, I'm like, I am having a Kristan moment where it's like, nothing happened. Like, seriously.
It would be so mad when that happened.
Like, you know, like, I know how you were talking about it. It's like, what happened? I don't know what happened. Nothing happened in that story. Like, they were trying so hard to be interesting because it's like, oh my god, it's post-apocalyptic world, and this chick, she's like a reality star who is like killing people on screen, and this guy who is like, you know, a rebel, and they fall in love. Why? Like, I didn't get it. Like, I didn't get why. You know, like, like Alice Scott, I don't know. This is like his third thing I read. Secret Avengers were really good. Days of Hate and this one are both things that didn't happen and nothing happened, and doesn't make sense at all. So he has 2 more chances with me before he strike out. You know, you get 3 chances with me, guys. Like, you know, like any writer gets 3 chances. After that, you're out of here. I ain't reading your shit anymore. So yeah.
Guilt mode.
That's my list of shit that disappointed me.
Okay.
All right.
How about runner-ups? We gonna do that?
Do you want to do runner-ups next?
Yeah, we could breeze through them.
All right, breeze through them.
Yeah. You want me to start?
Yes.
Okay. I really enjoyed I Hear a Sunspot, which is a manga. It's about 2 guys in college. They're kind of slowly falling in love. One is really hard of hearing, and the other one helps him by like writing his notes in class. So it's an interesting look at like a disability that like we don't usually see. And it's very also innocent. So like, I think maybe at the end of the first one, they like hold hands or something. Like nothing really happens. That sounds bad because we just talked about how terrible that is. I just mean like, it's not like a full-blown romance even. It's just kind of about their relationship. And
hang on, nothing really happens is different for Slice of Life though.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, like romantically, you know, like it's not like it doesn't like jump in, which I liked a lot actually. You know, because you get to learn about them and their relationship and whatever. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute.
Oh yeah.
Mars Attacks by Kyle Starks. And Chris Schweitzer did the art. I really, really enjoyed it. You know, I haven't seen the movies. I know nothing about the cards or anything like that, but it's just a wonderful story of like a son and a father dealing with life hardships and then aliens attack. And it's so good. So I think that trade comes out next month, I think.
Right. I have it bookmarked as to buy it.
So everyone should read it. And I'm not just saying that because Kyle's my friend. I'm saying that because it was great. So check that out. I also read Southern Bastards 1 to 4, volume 1 to 4. Jason Aaron, what? You didn't like it?
No, I haven't read it yet. But Jason Aaron, he's my boy.
Yeah, Jason Aaron, Jason Latour, the Jasons.
The Jasons.
So Jasons did an amazing job on this. It was, I mean, everyone already knows about the series, but it's so gritty and fabulous. So I did really enjoy it.
I mean, have you read Scalped yet?
I haven't.
Okay, so I know it's on Hoopla. It's your duty to read that because
it's in my favorites on Hoopla. I just haven't read it.
So you gotta get on that, girl.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, like a lot of people kind of criticizes Jason Aaron for culturally, like, you know, because he's obviously he's not Native American, that Scalped was Native American and he shouldn't have written that, but Southern Bastard he learned from all of that and updated that. I disagree, because I think all the things that he talked about are things that are absolutely rampant in every marginalized community. Like, it's, you know, I see that in Muslim community as well. I see that in, like, you know, in America, marginalized community in America is the same bullshit. And, you know, that's exactly what he was talking about. He did. And one of the very interesting things that he showed in that one was that the enemy is within the community, which is a very real thing. You know, like, it's your own community who are actually holding you back because they're corrupt. So, I mean, I don't know, like, that's the thing. But I met both of them together. They're really fun people. Like, I
met Jason Latour once. He was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I called Jason Aaron the other Jason. And, and you know, so they were like, you know, and then Jason Latour was like, you're my favorite person in the con. But anyway, sorry, didn't mean to take over. All right.
That's good. X-Men Red Volume 1. I didn't continue because I have no way to read it for free. I read it on Comixology, so I guess it's not free, unlimited, as the first volume. But I love the first volume, so really enjoyed that. Mr. and Mrs. X, really love that. The first 2 issues of Sabrina the Teenage Witch by Kelly Thompson, they're on Hoopla. So anybody watching who has Hoopla and likes Kelly Thompson as much as we do, it's really good. So I anticipate that being a great, great series. Darth Vader Omnibus. We loved it so much. It, you know, it would be within my top 20, but I had to pick 10. So that just went over there. But it's so good. The Mutts comic strip that apparently I've been living in under a rock about my whole life. Loved it so much. Talked about that. And then recently I've been super diving into One Punch Man, which is so good and so funny and just such an utter joy. Always, forever. So good.
Wait, why does he have hair?
Oh, no. See, this is like a guy he's fighting. He's actually back here and he has a wig on. You see him? I love this cover because he's so stupid. It's so good. I love it.
I love that animated, like, anime so much.
Girl, you would like the manga too. And the art with him just being a little buffoon without hair. It's so fabulous, guys.
Like, the fact that he lost his hair because he trained so hard.
Yeah.
Guys, it doesn't get any...
I mean, it's just... It's so good. Then
he has to also, like, fight, like, you know, register, and he get himself a lower grade because no one actually, he underplays himself. Like, everything about that book.
It's great.
That anime. I think season 2 is out now on Netflix. I gotta watch that.
I watched that first episode forever ago, and then I just dove into the manga. And I have the Shonen Jump app now, which is $2 a month, and you can read all of it. So you guys should read that.
Right.
If you haven't.
But oh my god,
that's great.
It's just so dumb. It's so dumb.
It's such a joy because it is. It's so good.
And then his assistant, did he show up? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. He's there as well. Like, you know, he's like, I need to, like, train with you. And then everyone is so intense, but he's like, what?
Like, I don't care about this.
Oh god. But anyway, yeah. All right. So what else?
That's it. That's what I got. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So mine, I'm so glad you already brought Jason Aaron because he has 3 titles in my most entertained. I was so entertained by those. Oh no, 2 actually. His Hulk by Jason Aaron. I mean, come on now. It's like the dumbest bullshit ever. And you're reading it, you're like, yeah, this works, and because this is like Hulk is just Hulk. It's Hulk. It's not even Bruce Banner. It's just Hulk being, just like, I don't care for this. Like, he literally stripped Bruce Banner off him, dumps him in the desert, and then it's like, I'm gonna get out of here. And it just dumb but guys, so good. Then also Wolverine by Jason Aaron. I read all 3 of the omnibuses. Oh, so good. Especially by the time you get to Wolverine and the X-Men. That was love, some wonderful bullshit right there. Then Thunderbolt by Marvel Now Thunderbolt. It's just nonstop. These 5 characters. Deadpool's in it. Punisher, Deadpool, Elektra. That's what I remember. Oh, Venom and Thunderbolt Ross. Those are the 5 characters. They just become Thunderbolt. I mean, it's not the traditional Thunderbolt. It's because Thunderbolt Ross, he has their team, and they just do some random weird shit. That's it. It's like you turn your brain off. You don't even need to read. You just have to look at the picture and you get the story. Like, come on, it doesn't get any better than this. Like, it was one of those, like, I was in a funk and I'm like, I needed this. I needed that. So that was that. Brian reads Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel at that time. It's not Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel at the time. I enjoyed it. It was 50 issues. I kind of understood what Carol Danvers is all about. And I'm like, I get this. Cool. Uncanny X-Force, the Rick Remender, what's in the omnibus that's never can be found, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be reprinted. Read it, loved it. It was fun. Annihilation Conquest, that was really good. Really like that. This is like one that I talked about last episode as well, The Fuse by Anthony Johnston, because it has a cranky old lady. I'm like, that's me. That's me now. I'm becoming that person. And she's Russian as well. I loved it. It was really good. Then Star Wars by Jason Aaron. Oh, I did have 3 titles by Jason Aaron that I loved, that I enjoyed so much. Star Wars by Jason Aaron. Have you read it yet?
No, I'm waiting out. I'm going to get that omnibus at some point. So I'm kind of holding off for that because it's so pretty and I want it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I have the oversized hardcover, but it reads concurrently with the Gillen's Darth Vader, but you don't quite need it. But when you do get it, you can read it together again.
I probably will.
So that one. Then Stumptown by Greg Rucka. That was really fun. It's a police procedural, it was like an investigative journal. She was a PI, and she's kind of like helpless, and then but she she there's like a gun towards her head. The bad guys are trying to kill her, and she's like, guys, can we talk it over? She's like in that zone. I really loved it. And Greg Rucka, man, that guy, I loved all of it, everything. Then this one was kind of like interesting. Nick Fury, War Gone By Garth Ennis. This was like more a Max series, and it was just Nick Fury being a badass, and something that you don't actually see him do a lot because people tell you that he's a badass, but this where you get to see him being that said badass. And then recently I read this Sentry by Paul Jenkins and also Jeff Lemire. I enjoyed it. Didn't care for Sentry before. After reading that, I care for him. Anyway, that's that. So, after that, do you want to do some of the ones that are really special? Not necessarily we loved, but it was very special?
If you haven't, go ahead. I'll glance through my reads.
So these are the ones that I was like, I really loved it, but this was like different. It was a different experience I had with them. If you know what I mean? Like I don't know whether it's more than love, but it's like, it's different, you guys. Okay. So first of all, this is your recommendation, Upgrade Soul. Do you remember that? Kristan? Hello?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, no, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you were frozen.
Oh, okay. I'm not
At least
frozen.
on my end.
No, I was talking about Upgrade Soul.
Yeah, Upgrade Soul's on my list, girl.
Ooh, okay. So So that was like special. I've never read anything quite like it, and I don't think I'll ever read it.
I never have, for sure.
And I don't think we ever will. There's no way we'll ever read anything like it. It's just that special. It was that special. It's like, and
I still think about it sometimes, like,
I do too.
And I read it January 8th.
I think I read it somewhere around February, and I still think about it. I'm like, what was that?
Yeah, what was that? But 5 stars, loved it.
Right. Then Wade's Captain America. Guys, if you want your heart to be filled with love and patriotism, just love in general, Wade's Captain America is what it is. Like, that omnibus, that thick omnibus, loved it. This is like the one omnibus that the other day I was feeling so down. I actually just went back and I started reading a couple of issues. Never happened to me before. But that omnibus, oh, so good. I loved it so much. And then, this is going to blow your mind. Mr. Miracle by Tom King.
That doesn't blow my mind.
Like,
everybody loves it. I get it.
I don't know. I was on board for it. I kind of got it, and it kind of got me and also started thinking about getting help. For some of my issues, like, because I'm like, I'm going undiagnosed like him, and this is not normal, and I should do something about it.
Well, good. If it's actually like helping people and not making people feel worse, which was my fear the whole time reading it. I was like, gosh, like anybody I know with these issues who's reading this would not like this. Like, personally, my people that I know.
Right. Who are your people?
Girl, you don't know.
But anyway, it just like, I don't know. It just like, I was like, it actually opened my eyes to a lot of things, because I'm like, okay, I'm doing the very same thing that he's doing, and that's not good.
Maddie's in the chat. Hi, Maddie.
Oh, hi. Oh, guys, don't say anything bad about Maddie. Like, and then also Jean Grey by Dennis Hopeless. This is one I think you would like it, because she goes and get help. She's like, this is not normal. I'm gonna go get help. And this is like it's kind of metaphorical level, because it's Phoenix Force. So, but if you think about that as like a mental health kind of thing, because she's like, I ain't dealing with this by myself. I'm gonna go get help. So that was like, really special. And also Iceman.
Oh yeah.
I really like Iceman
I enjoyed it too.
By Sina Grace, because we do not see like, a lot of like people coming out later in life like that. I don't think there's enough stories out there, especially as a superhero. And this was done so well, because he's bumbling, he has all these issues, like to get to go on dates and things like that, and he was kind of how he's dealing with his parents and everything. I really, really enjoyed it. And this is also I'm going to mention it later as well. Miss Marvel 2015, G. Willow Wilson's, like the one that she just recently finished off. Guys. Anyway. So those are my special ones. Like those all made me warm and fuzzy, or blew my mind, because I'm like, what the hell?
Well, since you have that category, I'm just going to go through like some of my. Well, we're going to do recent reads. Maybe I shouldn't do that. We'll talk. Let's just talk about. I didn't make a special category, so
okay.
That's fine. Let's go right to our favorite reads.
Yeah.
We have 10. I have no order. I don't know about you. I couldn't make an order.
Neither do I.
I'm going to go ahead and start with Upgrade Soul, since we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's definitely currently right now in my reading of this year would be in my top 10, because, as I mentioned, I read it very early this year. And I still think about it. It still hurts my brain. I still am like, what on earth did I read? And I've never read anything like it. And it just drew me in, and it was fabulous. So if anyone hasn't read it by now, go read it, so you can also be like, what am I reading? And enjoy it. Because
in a good way, though. It's like, what am I reading in a good way? Not like, what the hell am I doing with my life way?
Right. More like, how is this a story that someone hasn't told before way? But at the same time, it's like, well, who would have? Because who thinks about this? Like,
Did that writer do anything else? Because I feel like we should follow this writer.
He's working on something right now, 1 or 2 books. Ezra Clayton Daniels.
I was so surprised that was his first book.
It's crazy. I mean, for the debut, I'll follow whatever he does from now on, just because that was so crazy and it affected me somehow.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, okay.
You give me one.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Let's go back and forth. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So back and forth. So then my one would be Silver Surfer by what's his name? Dan Slott.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Slott and Mike Allred. And
I gotta read that.
Guys, what are you guys doing? Not reading that shit. Like, it's like.
Well, now they can't. It's out of print. Thanks, Fariha.
Oh, well, I mean, you shouldn't have waited, but.
Some people don't have money.
Just kidding. No, it's actually it's available in Marvel Unlimited and Hoopla. So no excuse. Like, it's available.
I'm just gonna borrow my dad's omnibus, but it's fine.
Yeah. So, and then it's like people say that it's kind of like Doctor Who and with Silver Surfer and stuff, but it's actually more than that, because Silver Surfer has always been like very kind of detached from everything, and he's doing his own thing, but now he gets a partner who kind of opens his eyes to, like, there's all these things that are out there, and it's cheesy. It on paper it sounds so cheesy and corny, and I'm like, what is this? People falling in love for no reason? Guys, guess what? I loved it. Like, I was on board for it. Like, I'm like, no, I care. It's okay. People can fall in love just because. You don't need a reason. It was that book. It was really that book. So yeah, I mean, and then the art is like Mike Allred's art with Laura Arler's color, and it's all in space. There's like, it's just amazing, and it all like comes back. Like, it's like 34. I think it's like about 34 issues, but it's like it's a time travel story that actually makes sense. The end, and it's awesome. So yeah, that one. What's your name?
Real quick, Freddie in the chat, I forgot to ask. He was asking if you recommend Hulk by Wade, an oversized hardcover or complete collection. I told him you'd probably say complete collection. I'm just confirming that I'm right.
Is there an oversized hardcover for that?
There is, yeah.
What?
It's like an older one. I don't know what all's in it. It may not have all the tie-ins and stuff. I don't know. You should check it out.
No, complete collection, because that has like everything. Like there is like 3, which is like Jason Aaron's, Mark Waid's, and Mark Waid and Jerry.
Oh, Freddie said no, it's Aaron. My bad. Aaron.
Oh yeah.
Aaron's Hulk. My bad.
Yeah, complete collection. It's like it has all the stories, and it's very self-contained. There's no event. Nothing takes place. It's very self-contained. He fights a space bear at one point.
That's fun.
That's where it is. But anyway, okay, all right.
Okay, so my next in my top 10, guys, it's a DC book. Can you believe? Can you even? Super Sons.
Ooh, okay.
So I didn't know I would enjoy this as much as I did, but I keep looking back and I'm like, that was so fun. That was just really fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm reading the new series right now. What is it? The New Adventures of Super Sons or something. It's really fun too. So I'm like, gosh, I guess I like this now. Regardless of Superman's involvement, I still don't like him. But
you don't like Superman after this?
No, I sure don't.
You're so heartless.
I sure don't at all.
Isn't he from Kentucky? Like, where is he from?
I don't care. I'm not from Kentucky.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So who cares?
Who cares? And then
I think he's from Illinois. I think because Metropolis, Illinois, is a place where they worship Superman. Because I've been there.
Yeah, but
and I'm like, what is this?
What is this? But anyway, okay. All right. So that's it. That's your set. Your you're another one. Mm-hmm. Oh, I wouldn't expect. Like, okay, that's interesting. Good choice.
Yeah, thanks.
My next one would be Thor by JMS, and the subsequent follow-up, Journey into Mystery by Kieran Gillen. So I'm probably cheating a little bit here because, they're not... I'm putting them together because I kind of read them one after the other. I mean, if you want to think what's Loki's deal, why is he still alive and haven't been killed yet? well, this is kind of it, because Loki is precious and we should protect him. So this is like Journey into Mystery kind of tells you that. It's like unbelievable nonstop fun, and it's Kid Loki, and it just like he just like just doing one dumb shit after another, and you're like, why? But why? And then it's like, because it's fun and you accept it. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I recommend everyone, there's like that, get that omnibus before it goes out of print. Come on, that omnibus will go out of print, and
I have that. I just haven't read it. Yeah.
Read it. Oh, that
can I read it without the things before it? Can I just? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. You just need that. And then I can tell you one other Fear Itself, the trade paperback for Fear Itself, but I think you can find that in Hoopla and Marvel Unlimited. So
cool.
It should be set. Yeah, I love that cover. I only bought that book because of the cover, that green cover. I just love it. I just love that cover.
I bought it because it was dirt cheap.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's dirt cheap now because it's gonna go out of print.
Yeah, you guys get on it.
Yeah, get on.
I think it's on that low stock list, right?
Yeah, it is. So get on that. So yeah, that, and then also JMS. So Thor was gone for 3 years from Marvel Universe, and that's when he comes back, and I love it because he kicks Tony Stark's butt. Like he just shatters it. Like he puts his foot through his asshole, and I love it. You know how much I just loved it.
Yeah.
So because of that, it got on my favorite list. So those two would be my next. All right.
Okay. No one will be shocked by this at all, but I have to put it in there. Boom's Buffy reboot has been fabulous. This is the latest issue with Angel looking so broody and ridiculous. Number 5 is a floppy, guys. This is the only series this whole year that has made me go out and get the floppies because I can't wait.
Is it by Greg Pak?
Jordi Belair, who is actually they're known for doing like colors for a lot of books.
She's writing it?
Mm-hmm.
She's writing the book.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Dan Morrow does the art, except this issue he didn't, and it wasn't great. So I don't know if that's gonna stick around, but the actual story is fantastic. Crazy stuff's going on. I guess this and Angel make me get the floppies because they're like interconnecting, so I'm getting both. But Buffy is where it's at, and it's fantastic. I've loved every issue. Crazy stuff's going on. Someone already mentioned something in the chat. I won't say it out loud, but yeah, it's nuts.
So the one that you showed, that's for Buffy. That's not for Angel.
Yes, he's in it, so he's on it. Yeah,
he looks very hot in there.
I mean, he's pretty broody. I do like this cover. Because, I mean, Angel broods. That's his thing.
Oh, really? His thing? Oh, yeah. His thing is all broody.
His whole thing, yeah. He was cursed with a soul, so now he's sad forever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And did it remind you of your, the hug situation?
I didn't think about it until right now, but now it does.
Now it does?
If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about. I won't mention it, but there's an episode where I tell the story of when I met David Boreanaz when I was a 14-year-old. It's fine. I'll get over it one day.
No. Now tell us. Relive this. I'm going to
Who to relive it? I was waiting in line to get a photo op with him. I had my arm around him. We took a picture. And then I looked up at him with my innocent teen eyes. And
14-year-old eyes.
And
most
like,
important.
Yeah. Can I have a hug? And he said, no. And he crushed my soul. And that's about the whole story. So I said, no. Because I was shocked. I was like, we just almost hugged. I had my arm around you. What do you mean? You have your arm around me. That was basically a hug. Just hug me. I didn't say all that. I was just like, no. And he was like, no. And then I turned around because I was too upset. And I started walking away. And I think he noticed that because he was like, sorry. And I'm like, you're not sorry. So sad forever.
That is heartbreaking.
Yep.
And Kristan was never the same ever since.
That's right.
Did you ever ask for another hug from another person after that?
I don't know.
Oh, that took years of therapy.
Actually, if anyone watches Angel, the guy who plays Lindsay, Christian Kane, who is also on Leverage, and he's done a lot of stuff since then. But he was lovely, and he hugged me out of his own arms and want. So he hugged me several times. He was so nice. And
Ooh, wait, Leverage the TV show?
Yeah.
I love that show.
The guy with the hair, the long hair, with the accent.
I need to now look it up.
Yeah, look up Christian Kane. But he hugged me, and he was so nice to me and my friend during the photo ops. Like, he took an extra photo and paid for it.
Oh.
And that's lovely. He was so nice. So he made up for it because he hugged me a lot.
That guy. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy. His accents were bad in it, though.
That's his real accent.
What?
That's how he sounds. Wasn't he? Look, I didn't watch all of Leverage. I've seen some of it. Wasn't he like Southern? Like, that's how he sounds.
Oh my god.
That's how he talks.
So, the whole time, like, what is this choice? I don't like this character choice.
How he talks.
Don't like this character choice.
He's in like a Southern band, like a country Southern band.
Oh, I don't know. I love that show because it's so dumb. So dumb, but I love it. And then I'm like, what is this accent? Stop it. And the whole time I was looking, I was like, stop doing this accent.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. All right. So, is it my turn or your turn? Oh, my turn.
It's your turn.
Okay. So this is, once again, I'm going to be cheating because it's two titles that I'm going to be morphing into one. Sarah and Night Witches by Garth Ennis. So the reason I'm putting this together because these are both for Russian female army during World War II. One is about they were the pilots, which were actually named Night Witches by the by the Nazis, because they were like badass bomber pilots. And the other one is a sniper, story of a sniper, and it's called Sarah. It's actually published by TKO. Highly recommend both of them. One of is Night Witches by Dynamite, and then Sarah's by TKO, both by Garth Ennis. It's like, it will hurt you. Like, it will really hurt you. Like, what if you were into war stories and stuff? Things doesn't go very well. Like, you know, I mean, it's a war story. It's like, you know, so everything that you would expect from war, but it's like these badass characters, like these ladies, they're fighting Nazis. And it's Russian, and it also talks about how Russia themselves, like, you know, talk about enemies within, like, you know, how Russia were their own enemy because they were highly political. There were a lot of things that were going on, and you know, these people still wanted to. And there's like at the end of especially Night Witches, there's this whole letter by Garth Ennis which kind of talks about his research process and everything. It really warms you up, and you're like, where was this guy when he was writing The Boys? But you know, so it's that, like, I'm like, you know, kind of two of those together because it's the same theme by same writer. So that's my.
You keep cheating. You keep cheating.
I keep cheating. I'm not going to cheat the next time. Okay.
It's okay.
What's yours?
I have to mention, David Codd in the chat said he's heard James Marsters is great, though. Yes, James actually made up for the world of everything with my experience with David because Spike was always my favorite. And James always hugged me, and he was always lovely. So James is the best. I have to mention that. Okay.
We need to find out about why this guy didn't hug you. I need to be there. Like, we need to get to the bottom of this.
Maybe he didn't want to hold up the line. You know, some of those things, they hurl you through like cattle. So, I mean, I don't know. Thinking back now, I'm like, whatever. It's fine.
I do like him from the Bones, though.
Yeah, I loved him on Bones.
Same time in Bones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He wasn't brooding in it that much.
No, he was better. I have to mention Giant Days because I'm keeping up the singles on Hoopla, and it's still great, and it's going to be great to the end. So Giant Days has to be in my top 10 because it's still great.
All right.
There's nothing I can say that I haven't said about it. So
Giant Days is awesome. Yeah. I'm sad that it's gonna end. I'm happy that it's gonna end because I'm always kind of scared that if it goes on too long, it can, you know, get worse. But I'm also all right. So my next one is Punisher by Greg Rucka. Guys, you gotta read this shit. Like, it's like Punisher says probably 4 words in it. Like, you know, he probably just like just says that 4 times or something. But he kills so many people and so many bad guys. And this also has a Lady Punisher that makes a debut. And she is just as badass. And they teams up and they do all of these things. Then there is a Punisher of like Enter the War Zone, whereas like the Avengers goes after the Punisher. It does not go well for either party. Like either party. That's how good it was. And then at one point, Punisher and Thor has a bro off on the top of a rooftop with like, you know, beers and stuff. And then Wolverine is like, you guys shouldn't go after him. Like it was like everyone was so badass and so awesome. And then Captain America's like, please stop. Like, you know, it was just so good. I loved that. So yeah, Punisher by Greg Rucka. I don't know why that hasn't gotten an omnibus or any oversized, but it would be like minute one purchase for me. Not even day one, minute one purchase. That one, yeah, highly recommend. All right. What's yours?
I have to talk about Motor Girl.
Ooh.
I read Motor Girl this year for the first time. I don't think there's a single thing in this that I didn't love. That's all I can say. Everybody's already said everything about this. And the art's fantastic, of course, and it's such a good story. So if you haven't read it, if you waited around like I did, you should probably go read it right now.
I read it last year, so that's why it's not this year's top 10.
Mm-hmm.
It was my last year's top 10. I agree, completely agree. It's like everything. All right, so my next one is Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit of the left field, and even though it hasn't finished yet, because I kind of don't like putting things over there that hasn't been finished, because I don't know where it's gonna go, and it might suck. The whole thing will suck because the ending suck. But the thing is, like, it has been already 40 issues out so far, and everything I read, I just love Lunel. Like, she's terrible. She's like a terrible 10-year-old, or she's like, you know, full of herself, and just annoyed at everything. Like, you know, she doesn't understand why no one likes her because she's so smart. Like, you know, she still doesn't understand the fact that smart is not everything. And she's actually, but what I really loved about this is like every arc she learns it, and it takes a process for her. She's like, oh, remember what happened? Then there's a dinosaur in there, which is like her dog, a T-Rex, which is like a dog. It's just everything, you guys. And the thing is, like, I used to be like, well, now. So I'm like, oh, that's my past. Like, you know, like, it just like, and she's like this angry black kid who's like going around and like, I don't have time for this foolishness. That's her thing. You know, she at one point she said that, oh, I don't care what ranking I am, and then it turns out she's like the most smartest person in Marvel Universe, and that's all she can talk about. So that's where she's working. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I don't care about it. It's like, oh, but you are the smartest. Oh, really? Okay, you guys, that's very important. So like a kid. Oh, so good. Yeah, so that's my next pick.
Nice.
Right, what's yours?
Bloom, which we both read and we both really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. As for second title, it is just a cute love story about a guy. He just graduated college, I don't know. He bakes. He's at a bakery. His parents own a bakery. Some interesting drama happens. It was just, I really, really enjoyed it. It's kind of that story that made you feel real nice, you know?
It did. I felt nice. And
it's a feel-good story. And
you know I don't like nice. But I like it.
But it's great.
Yeah. So my next pick in the same vein, Kiss number 8.
And mine, you know what? My pick after that is Kiss number 8. So
yes. So Kiss number 8. Like,
guys, if you haven't read it yet, we all three loved it. I'm going to speak for Maddie, but she loved it too.
It's just like so realistic. Like, I cannot believe how realistic it was in terms of coming out, like understanding one's sexuality, the fact that not everyone's gonna be on your board, or there's going to be unexpected allies as well. Everything about it is just so realistic and so like wonderful. I just loved it.
So good. It did so many things so well, and everyone should read it.
Yeah, and in terms of like, you know, the art and everything, it was just perfect. I loved it.
So yeah, Kiss number 8 is mine, but I'll go with another one. Uncomfortably Happily, which I talked about earlier this year. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one.
it just affected me so much. It was just like such a great depiction, nonfiction of a manga artist's life and his struggles and just dealing with a whole new living situation and life. And it was like 500 plus pages, and I never got bored with it. And it was just really, really great from Drawn and Quarterly. I think I forgot to grab it, but it's great. So you guys should pick that up.
Nice. So my next one is which one I should pick? Swamp Thing by Charles Soule. It's a little bit off the left field because I kind of thought about it, putting it on my most favorite, actually. So Swamp Thing is kind of like a little bit weird character for me. It's like, since I read Alan Moore's run, no one else's run kind of comes anywhere close, because it's like, that was the best. We don't need this anymore, you know? But Charles Soule actually came very close. Like, I was surprised because he actually extends the lore, kind of makes him a bit of a badass, and because he's always like, what am I doing here kind of person, like kind of character. And it just like his lore gets expanded. It's like now there's like different Swamp Thing like avatar for different types of world. Like there's one for germ, one for fungus, one for like meat, and one for rot, and how they all fight together to get control. It's a new part of New 52. Snyder's run was kind of good, but this kind of just blew me out of the way. And I'm sad that this doesn't have an oversized hardcover yet. I'm really hoping that they do that. But yeah, so that's my next pick.
Nice. I have to mention Scurry Volume 1 and 2.
Ooh.
And these nice, like, super oversized hardcovers that you can still get, and you guys should, because if you don't know about it, it's fabulous. It's about these mice surviving basically an apocalypse, and the art is just beautiful. You can read it for free online. It's a webcomic. But I loved it so much. It hit me in the feels and made me immediately kickstart the third one, which I think you did too. And yeah. And these are, again, if you like good, nice hardcovers, they come with like book plates. They're really, really nice.
I kickstarted the volume 3, and I also got the slipcase so that I can put all 3 of them. You got it too, right?
I ended up doing that. Yeah, I was like, it's worth the 10 whatever extra. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, Kristan, please.
Yeah, you're like, you have to, and I'm like, you're right.
Girl. Like, yeah. So I'm actually excited to read that. I haven't yet, but you corrupted me. You brought me into the side.
I'm so glad.
Okay, so the next one is also a little bit of cheating, but it's Darth Vader by Karen Gillan and Charles Soule. Oh my God, that both of those Darth Vader run, like, it's just. It blew me away. Like I always kind of distantly liked that character, because he's just evil. But now you're like, he's so evil, and I'm on board. Like I'm. It's okay, sir. It's okay to be evil. I mean, you're a bit of a drama queen, but that's okay. That's okay too. I don't know. It's like, if you haven't yet, you gotta get on that Charles Soule.
I need to.
Yeah, it's like you would enjoy it. If you enjoyed that one, it's just as good, if not better.
I'm sure I would. Yeah.
Like because that's like closes the gap between episode 3 and 4. Yeah.
Love it.
So yeah, so it's like, I think so it's like just after that, and he's still messed up, and but anyway, yes. So that was my pick.
Cool. Well, I have one left because I took that Kiss number 8 and then said another one. So
you can pick another one.
Well, and this one's kind of cheating anyway. So I'm pulling a U. So it's my last one, but it's also plus additional things, which would be Black Hammer, volume 1 to 3, and then all of the side trades, all of the side stories, Sherlock Frankenstein and Dr. Star, and all those, like, they were all.
It's not cheating.
So good. Oh, it's on the same universe. It's also If you guys haven't read this yet, you got to get this honker of a hardcover, this nice library edition. It's so fabulous. You get a ribbon. Come on. Like, it was just worth the hype. That's all I can say. Everyone already knows about it. It's worth the hype. Gorgeous art. So good.
So, what's the status of this? Like, is it ongoing forever, or
he keeps making side series, so maybe.
So the core story ended, but he's just making side series?
No, the core story's still going.
Oh.
The side series are like Sherlock Frankenstein, you get background on him, and Dr. Star, you get background on him, and there's other ones that come out. I don't know. I think the core story's still happening, and he's expanding the universe.
Ooh.
Fancy.
It's very, I mean, I'm always fascinated by him, that he writes so much, and it's all very quality work.
He's writing like a million things at once. He's doing another like thing that he's writing and drawing like his own series right now at the same time with all these Black Hammer things and whatever else he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, there are some that are not for me, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's one of those things, it's like, no, oh my god, I hate this, I don't understand why anyone like it. No, I get it. Like, it's not for me.
I didn't like Plutona.
Oh, that's right. Like, you know,
I don't blindly love his stuff at all. Really didn't like Plutona, but Black Hammer is worth the hype.
Oh, I'm glad, because I'm planning on reading this.
I want you to.
Okay, so I have a couple more, so I'm gonna go back to back. First of all,
because you're a cheater.
I'm a cheater because you know that's how.
Yeah.
Gwenpool by Christopher Heston.
It's a good one.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what's up with it. What's wrong with your life? You need to read this because people are like. This is one of the things that someone's like, "Oh my god, Gwenpool." It's like, I'm like, you didn't read it. I can tell it because if you read it, you wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't 100% be saying that.
Well, then everyone assumes it's like Gwen Stacy is Deadpool, and it's like that's not what's happening.
That's not
what's happening
at all. Because here's the thing: that's a very same commentary that is actually made in the book.
Yeah.
So when the book is actually doing the same,
they'll tell you what's up in it. Yeah.
Yeah. When the book is telling you like that, it's problematic that you're being made fun of. So don't be made fun of. Go read that book. Like, there is like 25 issues, and people are like, oh my god, it got canceled. No, it didn't get canceled. It actually ended for the first time in the history of comic book. It ended. Like, it was this ending story. They're coming back with a mini series, which is going to be, because now she has been incorporated justifiably in Marvel Universe. And they're coming back with a miniseries, 6-issue miniseries. You have to read this. You gotta read this. It's like, it's everything. Have you finished it?
No, I need to.
Oh my god!
I ran out of trades in my library and then I forgot about it. So I know.
Disappointing.
That is reminding me, though. I gotta say real quick, a runner-up I forgot is Deadpool World's Greatest, which I read through and very much enjoyed. It comes after the Brian Posehn run, and Gary Dugan writes it. It's great, worth the hype.
I have it on, like, marked in my Marvel Unlimited, because you were like, this is so good. I really love the original run by them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything beats that, but it's a nice follow-up.
Okay.
And you get characters from it, and
And he's also like doing things for Captain America during Secret Empire and all that, right?
Yeah, and that's where things get crazy and dark, and it kind of hurt me a little.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, the whole time I was like, can I still read this? Like, I got to the end is actually Despicable Deadpool, and I'm kind of afraid to read it. Like, I have the hardcover, and I'm just like, because he's probably going to be despicable the whole time. I'm just like, after all this Captain America stuff that happened, I'm like, gosh, I don't know if I can handle this.
To me, though, is one of the reason I'm like, oh no, he's really evil. Because, like, the way he manipulated him into doing things, I'm like, and see, like, how he didn't question him. Like, that's what I'm saying, that, that was like such a great idea. Why wasn't it awesome?
Mm-hmm.
But, because that shit needs to be explored. Like, no one should be left that unchecked. So I have 2 more, guys. 2 more. Okay. I said 2 more before, but no. This is actually 2 more. Yes. So my next one is Postal. by Brian Hill.
So good.
Recently read. Guys, what the fuck was that? Like that was really that was like bananas. Like I was like, whoa, what is going on? And they had like 3 different weird sociopathic lady characters in it. I loved that shit. Like,
I'm so mad they canceled that hardcover because I read Postal like a year or 2 ago, and I'm like, I want to reread it now, but I don't want to get the trades.
like, I mean, they better be coming back, like what you said, that 2 hardcovers. They better
that I hope they do that with that new series coming out. Like, that would be perfect. 2, 3, something.
Yeah, I am like
Let's
so
do it.
excited. I'm excited to read the trade and everything, but the thing is, like, I'm like, you better be doing that because, and Matt Hawkins is actually the CEO of Top Cow.
Even though Top Cow doesn't do much anymore, right? I mean, they don't really.
They do, but that's one of the things. Although, like it became,
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
It became better when Brian Hill was doing it full time, though. So that's also a thing. Guys, I'm sweating really bad. It looks horrible. But anyway, and the next one is Miss Marvel. Guys, Miss Marvel. What are you guys doing? Not reading Miss Marvel. Like, especially this, like the post Secret War run of Miss Marvel. It's perfection all around. Like, I've never seen anything done so perfectly well in terms of like, dealing with real life issues, dealing with issues that are like very close to like, that's something that can be really like, for a Muslim girl, then also even superhero level. Like, and this is not a spoiler because I think like, because the whole time you're reading, it's like, how are her friends don't know that that's her? Well, guess what? There is a whole issue dedicated to that where her friends are like, we know. Like, you're not fooling anyone. Like, there's like all these things that are in there. It just like so awesome. And the 5th hardcover is coming out in August. Oh, my life will be perfect because then the whole run will be in 5 awesome hardcovers.
Nice.
Yes. So that was all my favorites this year so far.
Awesome.
So do you have anything that you're planning on reading that you think can creep up into this list?
Yes. Should I speculate? That's kind of interesting.
Speculate.
I haven't touched it yet, and I know you and Maddie both hype it real good, and you've convinced me that I'm going to love it, and I think I will anyway, which would be Planet Hulk and World War Hulk.
No.
So I'm going to do that eventually, sometime this year.
Okay.
But I think that may leap up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
I'm looking around. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if anything else that I know of. Oh, I haven't read Usagi yet. Usagi Yojimbo. Maybe.
I think that will.
Yeah.
I think that will. I only read the first volume, but I think it's one of those things. If I read the first volume, I've read them all. It reads like a comic strip, so
I like that.
Yeah, but it's pretty. It's one of those things that you just read and you're like, that was cool. That was really cool. Good job, Stan Sakai. Good job. So the one that I think will probably break my top 10, will probably not top 10 all time, but it's going to
this year. Yeah.
This year, Jason Aaron Thor, like all of it, because I'm planning on reading it. So I am thinking that will probably get there.
I gotta do that too.
Yeah, like I think that will get there, and also Superior Spider-Man by, and that's like that's the other one. On in terms of like ladies thing, Wonder Woman New 52. I'm kind of looking forward to that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm also doing a Hellblazer readathon. The beginning was not impressive, guys. I'm just reading through it so I can get to Garth Ennis's parts. Because apparently that's where the fun began.
And you have like all those trades, right?
I got all of those.
That's like a bajillion trades.
Well, there's like 21, and I got them at 70%.
They're thick, right?
Yeah, they're.
I mean, that's great. 70%, that's great.
Hang on. Let me show. And I got them at 70% off. I couldn't Like, look at this.
Nice.
It's thick. And it's uninterrupted, which means that it's like, it's in order. So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with the rest.
Yeah, thank you. You know. So I'm reading it with a friend, with another friend from the group, Bethany. So we're going to be doing some review videos on it on our channel, which is Fangirlz Assemble. That doesn't have any content now, but it has a banner and a logo. So that's progress. So go to that one, guys. You know,
I gotta find that link again. I can put it in the chat.
Yeah, can you please, like, you know,
we're trying. You know how we were having trouble with that.
Yeah, we had trouble finding that link the other
day. Like, how does this work?
Yeah, so go to that one, subscribe, because I think we're gonna start putting some cool content up there. Kristan and I have some plans.
All right, links in the chat, guys. If you want the extra content we're gonna do on that channel, then check it out.
So it's gonna be like part of the extra content thing. So I'm working on that. But yeah, so that's kind of like, you know, my, like, what I think.
Nice.
You know, obviously, like, I don't plan on reading anything that I think that it's gonna suck.
Right. We try to avoid doing that.
We try to avoid doing that, but you never know.
But then sometimes Vampirella happens and you just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it. The other one that I'm really looking for, Lazarus by Greg Rucka. Because everyone and their mother talks about that. Like, every time I read something by Greg Rucka, everyone's like, have you read Lazarus yet? So I'm waiting for the third hardcover to come out, which is probably coming out in September, I believe. And then I'm going to read all of it. So I'm really excited for that.
Nice. Sounds good. Well, we can look back on this later in the year and be like, oh, we were dumb. Half those aren't there anymore. Or, oh, wow, we didn't read anything better than that. So that'll be fun.
That would be hella fun. And, you know, so yeah, it's going to be. So we'll be back next Sunday to talk about some other things. We haven't decided what we're going to talk about.
I think we're going to haul and talk about our recent reads, right?
Oh, yeah. Hauls and recent reads, yes.
So you guys want to see some books? We got some books.
Yeah, we got some books. And one of the books that I do want to show is, because I told you I'm going to show it to you. I got this.
Oh, yeah. Yay. Isn't it soft?
It is.
It's like that weird, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's soft.
Yeah. And you know that I already love it.
Do you? Because it's soft?
No, I already love everything about it.
Oh, okay.
Read. And
good.
You know,
so I haven't it. It's weird.
I was actually going through it. And I'm like, where's Kristan? But then I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm gonna find out. And then I also saw that it's not. Where is it? Not here. Not about the publisher, but where is it? About the author. Boom. Oh, it's in the catalog because it has your name on it. Because it says that Reed lives in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like an author bio thing.
Yeah, the author bio thing. I'm like, I know this, Kristan. So
what's cool about that too, if you actually, because most people skip this part, but I wish I had Reed's book right here. It's over there. But it's within like the cataloging, within the first like page or so. And they go through, the publisher goes through this whole thing. Like, if you bought this on Amazon, that's really sad because you could have like supported someone better and got it for cheaper. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, look at that. There are you.
Yeah, there I am.
There's you right there.
Yeah, it's on the other page, what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's funny. You should read it because that's cute. It's a cute little publisher thing.
Oh, okay. Wait, can you not? So what happens if you buy it on Amazon?
Well, one, you can't. Oh. It's on there, but you can't. But you can't get it from right now. Let's see. It's on Target. I think it may be. I don't know if you can pre-order on Target, but Book Depository if you're international, free shipping. Some other ones that if you Google it, you can find it. But I'll put the link in the chat for Microcosm, getting it directly from the publisher. You can actually, they have like a sliding scale thing, so you can kind of pay sort of what you want. You could get it cheaper, basically.
Yeah, but it's sort of what you want, but you can't also pay 1 cent. You can't do that.
Right, so it's not quite that, but... So there's a link in the chat if anyone is watching and interested. If you don't know who I am, Reed is my husband, and he wrote an awesome book, and you should check it out. And it's so soft, you can rub it on your face, and it's a nice time.
This kind of does look like Reed.
That is Reed.
No, I mean, yeah.
It should look like him.
I know it, but what I'm saying that, yeah, like that's Reed. Now I imagine Reed like this all the time.
That's what he does all the time, just playing drums.
Just looks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, so I'm going to be reading that soon, and it's going to be fun.
Awesome.
All right. So, where can people, I know that people can go to IST to get this book, but what other book, like what other book? I already actually gave it away. Where can people go to find all the books?
InStockTrades.com. Again, tonight is the last night you can use the code OmniDads. That gets you an extra 3% off your order. If you get $50 in your cart, you're going to get free shipping if you're in the United States, and they ship amazingly well. If you've seen that out of stock Omnibus thing that may freak you out, the low stock one, I've kind of maybe already ordered one or two from there. Actually, let me get you a little sneak peek. Huh? How about for the hauls?
Yeah, which
Something was on that list, and I was like, man, I just need to get it. And then I got it, guys.
Girl, I've been telling you to get that.
Well, I have the trade, which is just the 5 issues, but then I was like, I want this chunky monkey. So now I got to do a read through of Planet Hulk.
And then, do you have another one? Do you have the Planet Hulk?
I have Planet Hulk, yeah.
Yeah,
I got
so
them for like $30. So
put them side by side.
What?
Put them side by side.
Put them side by side?
Yeah.
Oh no, I got to move my Hulk. He's in front of it.
Why is your one Hulk over there, the other Hulk over there? That is not acceptable.
No, I just opened this. I got this in the mail today, so I put it down at the end of everything because I got to move some stuff around to fit it. You know what I'm saying? This is still in the shrink. I haven't even opened it. But yeah, they're not. This is ridiculous. Like, look at that.
And that's like you're going to have so much fun reading them together.
I'm excited.
Yeah, like, we should read this and do it for our special content.
Oh, we should. We could do that. I'm in.
So yeah, so go there and get all those all the books that we talked about. Upgrade Soul is not there, probably, right?
Is it not? Hold on, check.
I think so.
I hope it is. Kiss number 8 is there.
Oh, it is there. Well, there you go.
You can get Kiss number 8 there. Upgrade Soul is there as well, so you can get that.
Cool. All 5 trades. Get it, read it, love it.
Love it all.
Love
all of Giant Days hardcovers. Get all those. Get all the things you talked about. Motor Girl.
Oh yeah, Motor Girl Omnibus is there as well.
Yeah.
And then you can get all of this for 42% or more. And and we also have a deal currently going on. Moon Challenge. We talked about it. So yeah, go do all of that and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and our new channel, Fangirlz Assemble. That you can find the link in the chat as Kristan posted.
Mm-hmm.
And then Instagram is at Fangirlz with a Z Assemble, and Twitter is Fangirlz Assemble as well. It's a question.
Fangirls Live. I'm sorry, David was asking something, and I was replying.
Fangirlz Live, and also so before we go, do you have a pick of the week?
Let's see. I think I'm going to have to go with Firefly, the recent Boom Firefly Volume 1. I read that on Hoopla. It is so good. So if you're a fan of the show, like, it is so true to the show. I loved everything about it. So check that out.
Awesome. And I'm going to go with, so this is something that I recently got into. Kristan and Maddie have already been into this, and they got me into this. My Favorite Murder, the podcast.
Oh, so good.
I'm just on I'm just on like episode 29, and yeah, just 2 ladies talk about murders, and
it's so good. And check out the book. That's also great. Yeah,
stay sexy, don't get murder, and they're hilarious. It's a very difficult thing to do, to talk about murder and be funny, but they do it day in and day out. And one thing for sure, though, we were just talking about it before the episode, I just realized that humanity sucks. that was my key takeaway from that podcast. So yeah, I'm not only on episode 30, but I'm continuing on. So yeah, that would be my pick of the week.
Awesome. Anyway. Before we get off, I got a Freddie in the chat says, show off the Scotty Young art book. If you have it, I want to know if it's thick. Well, it's not thick.
I have not gotten that yet.
But it is really nice, and it's wide. You want to talk about it, Reed? I'm just kidding. Reed had to bring it to me. But it's wide, it's nice. It's kind of like other Marvel art books because it's like written by another person.
show me that Avengers one.
Yeah, it's kind of like an autobiography and art book in one. Do you want me to go back?
Yeah, go back to that one.
I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, this slipcover is bothering me. Can you take this? Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
It's too loud. Yeah, this one. That's good. That's cute.
Oh my god, that's so cool. I just die every time that Captain America's A is small letter. Like it kills me.
Yeah, and I love this one. I mean, you've probably seen this cover, but I love
my god,
it so much.
that is just so, and that's
Yeah,
that's for like that Hail Hydra, like the issue with the Hail Hydra. That's where that cover was for.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, this whole thing's great. I mean, if you like Scotty Young art, again, there's this kind of like a biography within it. Someone else kind of wrote stuff about him in it, which is cool because it's not just like art, you know.
Oh.
So, and the actual hardcover is really cute. I guess I should hold it out. There we go. Cute.
Ooh. Nice.
So yeah, I would recommend Reed had it. So thank you, Reed, for bringing that.
Yeah, I'm actually bringing it. I ordered it and it hasn't come out yet. Like it came to me yet, but I'm looking forward to getting that. But
It's
anyway.
nice.
All right, so next week we're gonna show off a bunch of our hauls and reads, and the following week Maddie will be back with us live. So don't fret, we'll be back. All right, good night.
Good night, everyone.